Ben Barba was once a rugby league star, winning the Dally M Medal as Player of the Year, the Man of Steel Player of the Year, winning a grand final, and was rated one of the greatest fullbacks of his time. He even played several times in the Indigenous All-Stars team at a representative level. While he was a great player on the field, he would find himself in some trouble off the field, leading to contracts being torn and a lifetime ban from the NRL. This is the rise and fall of Ben Barba. Benjamin Barba was born on the 13th of June 1989 in the Northern Territory at Darwin. At a young age, Barba and his family moved from Darwin to Mackay in Queensland. He would go to school at St Patrick's College and started playing junior rugby league for the North Devils. Additionally, Ben Barba also played Australian rules at both primary and secondary school level, playing as a goal-kicking forward. While playing junior footy, he was a standout player, and it didn't take long for him to be scouted by the Canterbury Bulldogs and signed to them when he was 17 years old, joining the club in 2007. Barba started playing in Jersey Flegg and stood out from the competition, scoring 130 points in 11 games. He then moved to play in the Toyota Cup, where he played most of the 2008 season. During Barba's time in the under-20s, he would play 26 games, scoring a total of 38 tries, kicking 93 goals and 2 field goals, totaling at 340 points. Clearly a standout player. The coach for the Bulldogs at the time, Steve Folks, said he was still too young and wanted to give him a couple of years before putting him into the first grade side. As the 2008 season continued, the Bulldogs were possibly going to get the wooden spoon after their poor performances, and fans were urging for Barba to have his run in first grade. In round 20, he would make his NRL debut, playing against St George Illawarra Dragons, only for them to lose 30-0. Barba played 4 games at first grade for the rest of the season, scoring his first ever try against the Cowboys. While the Bulldogs did end up getting the wooden spoon that year, Barba was named the 2008 Toyota Cup Player of the Year. In 2009, Barba started the season in the first grade squad under the new coach, Kevin Moore, playing off the bench. In round 3, it was his first game starting in the 5'8" position, and after that game, Barba got into a drunken fight with his teammates Jamal Indris and Lee Tameri at the Wentworthville pub car park. Indris punched Barba after he shoved Tameri against a wall. This incident caused Barba to be dropped into the New South Wales Cup squad, where he would continue to play until round 18, where he would be called back to the first grade team against the New Zealand Warriors. Barba would play the rest of the season in reserve grade, and starred in the Bulldogs New South Wales Cup Grand Final Premiership win, beating the Balmain Ride Eastwood Tigers 32-0, where Barba scored a hat-trick. In total, Barba played 4 games of first grade that season. Barba would start the 2010 season as a regular first grade player. In round 3 of the year, Barba would come off the interchange bench and score his first ever first grade hat-trick as the Bulldogs defeated the Sydney Roosters 60-14. Barba would consistently perform throughout the year, and at round 11, he played starting for the first time in the halfback position. While the Bulldogs had a low performing season, Barba played a total of 21 matches, scoring 15 tries, and was the Bulldogs' standout player. At the beginning of 2011, Barba made his representative debut, playing for the Indigenous All-Stars in the 2011 All-Stars match. During the season, it didn't take long until Barba transitioned into the position he's most known for, fullback. In round 6, Barba would score a hat-trick in the Bulldogs' 34-14 win over the Parramatta Eels. On July 20th, Barba had signed a contract extension at the Canterbury Bulldogs, extending his stay there until the end of the 2015 season. The Bulldogs just missed out in the top 8 in 2011, and Barba finished the season playing 24 matches and scoring 23 tries, being the season's equal top try scorer. And at the end of the year, Barba played off the bench in the Prime Minister's 13 squad to play against Papua New Guinea. Barba would start 2012 playing for the Indigenous All-Stars again, and later in the year, he was named as the 19th man for the Queensland Maroons for the second game of the Origin series, but he didn't end up playing any Origin games. In round 16 of the season, Barba set up the 2012 try of the year, picking up the ball 1 metre short of the dead ball line, then running and stepping his way down the field to kick the ball to his teammate Josh Morris to score the try, for what ended up being a 109 metre try. This same year, Ben Barba was awarded the Dally M Medal, earning himself NRL's Player of the Year. He also won the Peter Fralinga's Headline Moment of the Year, the Proven Summons Medal as Player's Choice Player of the Year, as well as being named Fullback of the Year. The Bulldogs would make the final and win the first 2 matches, and they managed to make the grand final versus the Melbourne Storm. Unfortunately, they lost the game going down 14-4. Barba would end this spectacular season as the Bulldogs and NRL's top try scorer with 22 tries in 27 matches. Barba began the 2013 season playing the Indigenous All-Stars team again, and scored a first half hat-trick and earned the Preston Campbell medal, winning the man of the match in their 32-6 win. And just after this, at the end of February, Ben Barba would have some issues. He would be stood down from player duties at the Canterbury club because of behavioural issues causing him to breach the club's code of conduct. From some off-field issues, Barba had several personal issues to resolve before being allowed to play for the Bulldogs again. The NRL investigated Barba after his on and off girlfriend claimed he punched her in the face and sent pictures to a friend showing her bloody chin. He would eventually return to the field in round 4. Later in the year, in round 20, he suffered an ankle injury, causing him to play only 2 more games of the season. While he was out injured on the 28th of August, he would ask to be released from the Bulldogs because he wanted to play for the Brisbane Broncos to be closer to his family. The last game Barba played for the Bulldogs was in the final series, where he would be stretchered from the field in the 50th minute in the side's 22-6 loss to the Newcastle Knights. Barba would finish his last year at the Bulldogs playing 17 matches and scoring 10 tries. Barba then transferred to the Broncos for a 3-year deal starting in February 2014. Barba would have surgery on his ankle in the off-season, so he would be ready for the 2014 season with the Broncos. In 2014, Barba played his first match in a Broncos jersey at the Auckland Knights and made his official debut for the club in round 1 against his former club, Canterbury Bulldogs, with Barba assisting in a try in Brisbane's 18-12 win. After the match, Barba would encounter racism on Instagram from an 18-year-old Canterbury fan. Barba would play his 100th NRL game in round 3. And in round 19, Barba would swap positions from fullback to 5'8", seeing success with the side's 28-22 win over the New Zealand Warriors. He would stay in this position for the rest of the season. Barba would finish the season playing 25 matches and scoring 8 tries. This would be his only year playing for the Broncos because on the 8th of November 2014, Barba was told by the Broncos' incoming coach Wayne Bennett that he would not be needed for the 2015 season, and was granted permission to search for another club to sign with. The Cronulla Sharks were front runners for the unwanted fullback and 5'8", and on the 11th of November, Barba signed a 3-year contract with the Sharks, starting in 2015. Once again, Barba would start the 2015 season playing 5'8" for the Indigenous All-Stars, and made his debut for the Sharks in round 1 as 5'8". Barba finished off the year with the club, playing in 19 matches and scoring 3 tries. And to begin the 2016 season, Barba was named in the Auckland 9 Sharks squad and played for the Indigenous All-Stars again, and would go on to have a fantastic season, playing a total of 27 games and scoring 16 tries. The Sharks managed to make the final series, and he played a crucial role in the Sharks' grand final win, defeating the Melbourne Storm 14-12, giving Barba his first premiership. However, Barba might have celebrated this victory a little bit too hard, and in November 2016, Barba tested positive to having cocaine in his system and was suspended by the NRL and was released immediately from Cronulla Sharks. On the 1st of February 2017, it was announced that Barba was switching codes and joined the French rugby union team, RC Toulonnais, only to be dropped after playing just 4 games in French rugby. On May 24, 2017, Barba signed a 2-year contract with English Super League club St Helens. In 2018, Barba would have a successful season at St Helens, scoring 28 tries in 23 matches. And at the end of the year, he was named to the 2018 Super League Dream Team and won the Man of Steel award, making him Player of the Year in the competition, becoming only the 2nd player to win both the Man of Steel and the Dally M medal. Barba then planned to return to the NRL the following year in 2019, having signed a 1-year deal with the North Queensland Cowboys. However, before playing a game for the Cowboys, Barba was released due to a breach of contract. It was later found that Barba was being investigated by Townsville police regarding the alleged assault of his partner on Australia Day. It is reported that Barba had grabbed his partner by the throat, pinned her against the wall, and charged her to the ground. Police body cameras show a heavily intoxicated Barba acting aggressively and swearing at police, calling them rapist and racist. He later pleaded guilty and was banned from the NRL for life. "It's a mistake I've made and I've paid enough," Barba said. "I've lost my whole career." It was reported that just weeks after the NRL ban, Barba was working in a metal shop in Queensland, earning approximately $20 an hour. Also, while working in 2019, Barba swapped codes playing for the Mackay Rangers soccer club and made several appearances in the striker position. However, wasn't successful in his time there. And in 2020, he made another switch, this time to AFL, and played for the Eastern Swans reserves in the AFL Mackay competition, where he lined up in the position of full forward, kicking 7 goals in his debut. He impressed the club enough for him to be called up to the seniors team several hours later and kicked another 6 goals. He will continue to play with them during 2021 and 2022. And in 2023, he announced on Facebook that he'll be playing rugby league again, just not in the NRL. He said, "Just to let everyone know, in 2023, I'll be moving to Cairns to play for Mossman Sharks." Ben Barba was once a highly rated rugby league star and could have played many more years at the highest level if he didn't have any off-field incidents. We will never know his true potential in the NRL. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I regularly post videos like this one, and if you want to watch another one, click the video on screen.